This is our really shit intro, and followed by a shit video on our not so shit pistols. So we'll start with all the basics, just about like what we use to power our pistols and how we go about setting them up that way, and just the different FPSs and pressures we use. Alright, let's talk fucking pistols. Glock. I don't know a single thing about it. That's all you.
TM Glock. Big fan of TM pistols. I brought this for my boy for his first pistol because it's small and light. Wasn't overly impressed with it out of the box myself. Yeah, so pretty much I've replaced everything in here except for the slide. And now it shoots really nice, but it's still not a Hi-Capa. Some people love these things. I've got nothing bad to say about it, just not my cup of tea. Some boys like big boobs, some like small, some like noodles. That's all I'm going to say about that.
See me, I like them big. Yeah, I love them big actually. I love the whole 7-inch. So like if you're new to building a Hi-Capa, would definitely say get a TM. I've had an Armor Works and I've had friends who have had Armor Works. They look real good and they're a lot cheaper, but shit breaks all the time. Mine's actually in pieces at the moment. I've like still got it. It probably won't ever get used by me again.
Works better now than it ever did.
Easiest way to fix an Armor Works if it breaks is get a TM. Alright, pretty much all of our guns, well fuck, all of the guns here are TM. Tokyo Marui. Is it Maru or Marui?
Marui.
Yeah, one of the two.
TM.
All of them are TM. All of mine have, all of mine are TM except for my rifle, which is GNG. When you buy TMs, you've got you got a 5-1 you can choose.
4-3.
4-3s or a gold match. What's a gold match?
This is the leftover of a gold match.
This started out as a gold match. You can tell it's a gold match because of the angled bit at the front, and it's got the built-in rail for the torch. And obviously all the gold little bits on it. The good thing about the gold matches and the 4-3s is they have the rail for torches or any other sort of things that you'd want to mount on them.
It's integrated, yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the gun rather than the 5-1s like this one here, which was a 5-1. This bit here on the bottom where the rail is, it's actually screwed on through the top of the gun.
So you kind of need to have some sort of mechanical engineering skill to like get it on there, get it right, and not bugger the gun up. So yeah, 4-3s or gold matches are what we all prefer purely for this rail, and it looks a bit nicer too.
Me, both my guns are 4-3s. I just love 4-3s. I can't really fault them.
By the time we all finish with them,
they're not 4-3s.
They're all bastardized anyway. This is a 4-3 with a 5-1 barrel. This is actually a 5-1.
With a gold match lower.
Yeah, with a gold match. This is a 6-1.
No, it's a 4-3 with a 6-1.
Sorry about the barrel.
And
that's a 7-1 barrel. The bodies, 4-3, gold match, 4-3, 5-1.
The thing is, the gold matches are more expensive, but you get the gold bits on it, so it's kind of cool if you're into gold.
I mean, that's the hammer and the safety on the back here, the only original parts left in this gun now of the gold match.
And the lower.
And the lower, this part here. It's been stippled.
Which you just do with a soldering iron, for the people that don't know. Just burn your plastic grip and try not to inhale the fumes. It's not too good for you.
Yeah, don't do it with the window shut, you'll get a headache. So that is where you can customise and make your pistol your own. And I do kind of recommend doing it, not because, it looks cool, but when you are playing and stuff, every now and then we do get thefts of things, and people break into houses and steal guns. It's really hard once you've personalised it to for someone to actually camouflage it. So if a player steals, which I've never really, we've only experienced like once, one of our friends, but
no, he got his stuff stolen twice.
Once from the house.
He's very, very unlucky.
Yeah, so just doing things like that does personalise them a bit, and it's sort of, it's just, and it does give it extra grip if you do it right.
So pretty much, if I was you, I'd start with a 4.3.
Yeah, basically I'd start with a 4.3 as well, because they're fun little guns. They're snappier, eh? Than 5.1s.
So where else? We'll start with the slide. So
plastic.
The 4.3s. This is just the stock slide that actually came with this gun. It's just the pros of having a plastic slide is that it is lightweight and it is a lot faster. So it'll be able to cycle, like the whole gun will cycle quicker. But the downside is it can break.
It will break.
Like literally last weekend, one of the regular players where we play, his gold match slide broke, his stock plastic one. I broke my one a while back, and that's how I ended up with this slide. What else?
Well, the good thing is they're only $39. I bought this gun for my daughter, who hasn't even started playing yet. I thought a good small gun, and I kind of want to do something different. So plastic versus all these type of slides. But to protect it, this is probably one of the things we'll probably be talking about for newbies with doing hot ups. With this plastic slide, I have put a cow recoil rod in it, and it has a little shock absorber in it. Plus I've stroked it. The stroking makes it not have to travel as far on the slide, so you get a quicker rate of fire. And also, this at the moment it's got factory hop up. I'm going to blow it up first. This helps protect everything because it's dampening the shock of the receiver moving up and down. So that's what I would recommend if you're running a plastic slide. Saying that, I've got one on this and I love it anyway. But definitely if you want to go plastic. $39. You can break them.
So we use essentially compressed air, but it goes up to 4,500 PSI. So we use regulators such as this is a Wolverine one, and this is an old style Ninja LPR, which I still use all the time.
Very bulky, I've got one too.
And basically that just screws on the top of the bottle, and then out of that you have a line like this, connected to the regulator. Now this just sits in our backpacks and powers our pistols. We have just the mags that go into the guns with a fitting on the back that is like tapped into where the gas would normally go, and we just plug our lines into that and that's good to go in our gun.
So with the regulators, there is a difference in the types of regulators, the costs, and how they work. One thing that I didn't realise at first what you're looking for was a thing called refresh rate. Jay needs it way more than I do because his trigger finger is a lot faster. But there are certain types that are better than others. Certain brands have hypes. That'd be right, wouldn't it? And it's not necessarily that they are the best, but they get a good rep because of their brand. We can go into that later actually. But yeah, Polar Star, I've just had a little bit of fun with a brand new rig of theirs, and I had to put it back together because it wasn't put together properly in the factory. So it doesn't matter about the labels, stuff still goes wrong in the factories. So just shop around and read all the reviews on all the different products if that makes you feel better.
The old Ninja that I have and still use is like probably, I'd say, one of the oldest regulators I've seen. But a lot of people in New Zealand run the red line ones.
Yep.
They're quite good from what I've heard. And yeah, I don't think I know anyone with any problems with red lines.
Oh, everyone seems to rave about them. With pistols, you probably wouldn't notice the difference too much, but definitely when you got your Polar Star rifle, I think
because just the amount you're shooting.
Yeah, I think you definitely want to when you're setting your rig up HPA, and when you come to tank and rigs, you want something that's going to be good for pistols and rifles. Like, you don't want to get further down the track and go, damn, I wish I'd spent an extra $20 and brought that. So definitely look into everything before you buy it. So yeah.
Sweet. So now we'll just talk about our mags and like the different types. There's really only two, to be honest. Oh no. There's like there's new shit coming out.
There is, but run through the standard ones.
Okay, so you've got your little 30 round basic TM mag, short, and it just fits right up into the end of the gun. Most people know that though. Every gun comes with one. So, but what we run are the extended mags, and our ones are tapped. Well, mine are tapped through the back. I think Shaun's are tapped in.
Mine's through the bum. Yeah. And honestly, there is quite a bit of difference. Like when you play with them, Jay feels funny if he uses my mags, and I feel funny using his mags with the tap at the back. It's just funny little things you get used to when you're playing.
Personal preference. The reason I use, look, this is my reasoning, is because when I have it plugged in and my line runs down my arm and straight into the bottom, I know some people, like when Jordan hates the taps in the back because he plays with his pistol quite upright.
And it's a playing style. Yeah.
And it just really comes down to personal preference. But yeah, so with these ones, getting it through the back, you have to actually drill a hole and then get an engineer or someone to put it in. SWIFTY. But with the underneath taps, you can just buy, like anyone can do it, just get some plumber's tape or some hemp or something.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those taps. I'm not going to mention any brands or anything, but like this style here is more of an engineering tap, and it's a lot stronger. All the ones that I brought from overseas have all leaked, all broke, all of them.
Yeah, I broke
$120 worth. Yeah, so
shit.
Yeah, so it's pretty sad actually, because I've got to get them fixed. But yeah, so
I broke off like my first tap mag. I broke the fitting off in the end, and I ended up having a real fight to get it out. What else do you want to talk about?
The 52 round mags are classified as they're heavy. They are quite heavy.
You should have bought the Pro ones.
I didn't bring my mags, of course. So the next step down are 40s, and they're a bit shorter. So they don't come out here. They're very big in the States. They're aluminium. They're light, like ridiculously light. So they're very good for having in your belt and stuff at comp, because these are a bit long. Other than that, the only thing I would recommend is, Jay hasn't done it, but all of mine are the seal at the top here. I put a 9-ball seal in. It's a purple coloured thing, and you get about anything from 2.5 to 5 FPS, depending on how good everything sits in your gun. So I think for a cheap upgrade, it's definitely the way to go. Good for beginners. Good things to do to your mags.
Yeah. And another thing. Don't do what I've done and leave your ammo in your mags. If you do that over time, then your springs just get fucked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one downside of HPA is your reload times. So like to reload a HPA mag, you have to actually disconnect your line from your mag, then change your mag, and then reconnect your line to your other one. So it is a bit longer. That's one of the benefits of gas.
It is quicker. Yeah.
What a lot of people do is they just keep a small gas mag on them, just for like emergency reloading, like during competition or just when you actually need
just that backup mag.
But for anyone who plays like regular CQB games, I'd just say get a 50 round, and then whenever you go back to base, you can just fill it up with a speed loader.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Sometimes you run out, but you just walk back to base. It's like a short walk. It's only CQB.
Yeah. If you if you run out, you should be either having a stonking run or you're standing back too far, just shooting at shadows. You're doing pistol rifle work. Yeah, so just get amongst it pretty much and make those shots count. You can still, if you got 2 per person, that's like 25 people. Yeah. That's a big kill streak. So yeah, 1 mag can do it.
Next. Next one.
Airlines. Put them on before you put the magazine into the gun. Sometimes it will just blow air out the top, out everywhere, and it's not good for the gun or the mag. Different types of slides have different weights. These are all from the same company, Airsoft Masterpiece.
No, that's Infinity.
Oh, that's Infinity. Oh, no, it came from Alpha, sorry, Alpha. Beautiful slide. Some slides fit really well, some don't.
You probably can't hear the rattle.
There's like no real slap.
Yeah, you can hear that one.
So they all do fit different, but this one's lighter than this one, and I think this one's lighter still actually, because it is
the Limcat's lighter.
I think the Limcat's lighter. But when you upgrade everything, it's just like a car. You kind of have to do it all and make it strong, and then you've got a pistol you can do 10 hours of shooting with a week, and it won't crap out on you every other time you go play.
This is actually, I really wanted to say this. It's this is my probably favourite slide. It was the first one I ever got. I bought off of another player. And yeah, since then I really like the Hive design, just because with everything hollowed out at the front, it's a little bit lighter at the front. And I think it just looks cool. To be honest.
I like the pattern.
Which one's easiest?
Probably that one.
Limcat.
Have a look at that one.
Baby.
So this is my second build I did. It's still quite old school, this one.
I love it though.
Yeah.
So this one is a 7-inch. You may have seen from the compensator on the end. The inner barrel, so that runs all the way to the end. So it's actually longer, which gives it better accuracy, range, and FPS.
Yes.
But the downside is you also have to carry around the weight of a compensator on the front, and it's a little bit longer, which most people don't notice. But if you're peeking a lot, like spending all your time on corners trying to shoot people, it's not as easy. It makes very little difference, but when it comes down to if you're versing someone else who's extremely skilled, then it makes a bit of difference.
Yeah, it's definitely a playstyle thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you reckon I can get it apart without fucking...
Oh, good luck because of that 140.
I'll be back. You can chat to them, Shaun.
Right, Limcat slide. I brought this off a friend for $100, which is cheap, second hand. I have a Airsoft Masterpiece lightweight blowback housing, Airsoft Masterpiece reinforced nozzle. I don't like aluminium nozzles. I don't think it's a good thing. We have also, I really like Airsoft Masterpiece recoil rod. I've got a 140 spring. It's straight. I've got a cow aluminium hop up, which I probably wouldn't recommend in a gun you use all the time. Brass is definitely the way to go. Has the 911 pin on the front for the recoil rod, and that actually holds everything together really nicely. The old 7-inch 6mm type ball barrel from 9ball, only sold by Alpha Airsoft. Outstanding, best barrels you can get. I have them in all my guns. I wouldn't use anything else.
Definitely, same. 9-ball all the way.
Yeah,
thinners.
Yeah. There's just it's just no point mucking around with anything else. Yeah, so you can buy all those barrels everywhere. I think it's just the 7-inch that is exclusive
to Alpha.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's right.
Yeah, I think you can buy the 6 inches elsewhere.
So when you short stroke your pistol, you will probably find it a little bit harder getting the getting it all back together if you've seen people take them apart and you took your one apart. So what I do, and now Shaun does, is we get like guide rods that are split down the middle, so they got like a thread on them. I'll show you in a second when I finally fucking undo it.
Because when you got a lot of stroking and heavy duty springs, you will struggle.
So it's actually split, and then that just threads onto there, so you can put the back piece in with your spring on it, and then put this piece through the front and then tighten up, so you can pretty much short stroke it as much as you want without it misfeeding.
Yeah. As a rule, normally I'll do 3 stroke kit buffers. One of my old ones, I haven't got a washer between each one, and I should do. All my other pistols do. If you put too many on, your loading nozzle won't go back enough to pick up the new BB, and that's the worst that will happen.
So your recoil spring, you probably get like a 120%.
I would recommend 120. If you're using plastic, you cannot physically go over it, or you just break it. That is a 140, even though I recommend 120.
Yeah, I run 140 in all my shit.
Yeah. It's you do feel the difference.
Alright. Well, this is an airsoft masterpiece outer barrel, and you can buy different types of compensators. The grooves just slot together so it doesn't spin, and then the outside bit actually threads onto the compensator, and you do it up enough and it'll tighten up, and then you can put it in your gun. And like this is what I use in my 2 guns. I just prefer 7 inches, but they're fucking expensive. Yeah,
they're not cheap. For an extra inch or 2, they charge you. Yeah,
they charge by the inch.
yeah. Bloody. Now the one thing is with these aftermarket outer barrels, they are heavy. So you go, I want to chuck one in because I've done this and this in my pistol. It'll look cool. It's actually, once again, it's more about strength and holding everything solid. But these things do slow the guns down.
Anyways, guide rod plugs. I left my stock one in after I upgraded my recoil spring and blew the front of it out, which was interesting because my spring, guide rod, and everything came out the front of my fucking gun.
And for the sake of like $19 US, the lightweight. The factory ones, I haven't got one, but they're made of cast, die cast. They will break. And
sights. Oh, fucking sights.
Oh my god, sights. This is the Hi-Capa curse.
Yeah, the most annoying thing. If you can get like a slide that covers over like where the sights are completely, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for at the moment.
Yeah.
So you can get like sights. Do you have any cocking handles? And you can also get like charging handles or cocking handles. The AIP sights I've found, they pop off a little bit because of the screws. If you tighten up your screw too much and it touches your nozzle on the inside, the nozzle won't pull down or move at all. You can shave the screw a little bit shorter, but then you might...
And it has problems grabbing.
Yeah, then you might not have the thread there.
It blows, then your nozzle spring that sits in the top here, that will normally go once your sight goes. So the worst thing is they're normally about $60 to $100 for a set, and seeing it fly across the ground and get stomped on, and losing that screw. The screw is an oddball screw. You can't just go buy one of those screws off the shelf. You actually have to machine and muck around to do it.
Unless you know an engineer who will make some.
Yeah.
SWIFTY.
Check money.
Me, I use a charging handle on my guns. I don't really use my sights. I don't know a lot of players that actually aim down sights with pistols. I think they just run around and shoot like in the general direction.
You kind of well, you
Get a
visualize. Everyone's got their own play styles. Some people like red dots and stuff. I'm just not a fan. The whole thing is to make them lighter and more stronger, not to. You want to bolt shit on, do it to your Milsim rifle. But sorry, that's just my opinion. Sorry, guys.
Naughty. We don't dislike Milsim.
I was a hardcore Milsim player for years and years, and when Jay first met me, and
he had full camo, fucking the helmet, the mesh, everything.
Yep, my Emerson vest, everything. So yeah.
Threaded outer barrel.
Right, yep.
Okay, so with this outer barrel in particular, I'll give you all your parts. With this outer barrel in particular, it is threaded on the inside at the end, so it means you can put like little tracer units and stuff like that on them. Or you can get these like little crowns or caps, I don't know what they're called. But oh, you fucking cranked that on, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I don't want it to come off.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the only thing, like, I don't use tracers much. I just use my torch. But Shaun uses tracers, and I know a lot of other players that use tracers. Like the LCKP guys all use them, and they break them a lot.
Yeah, so
just because of the kickback of the gun and
awesome on Cold Stars.
Yeah, just the wiring and stuff gets shaken around a bit loose.
If you have a look inside them, they're tiny little boards with tiny little micro processing chips, and just not the greatest for pistols. But saying that, if you have money and you can afford to. Just buy a couple, and I'm old. I find it hard to see at night in dark games, so I definitely find it quite comforting having a tracer.
So inside your gun, you got obviously your hop up with your hop up wheel, and your bucking inside. As for buckings, I personally don't know too much. I just bought some and used them, and they work fine. I don't really complain.
Yeah.
I had a 9-ball originally. It was really good, but it wore out, the purple one. But that was just so much use. I don't blame it.
Once again, bucking's very personal choice, and depending on what setup you run, some buckings will work really well on some guns, and they won't in others. I am quite a big fan of trying to keep everything the same brand, like Airsoft Masterpiece nozzles and hop ups, because they're all designed to be with each other. Different brands can be slightly different, but they're not necessarily the case that it's going to be bad. Sometimes it can actually increase performance. So yeah, it's once again have a little play, but Airsoft Masterpiece, definitely the way to go.
Yeah, for hop-ups, like 100% Airsoft Masterpiece. It's a little bit more expensive, but definitely worth it. Next order I do, I'm going to get 2 of them.
Yeah, but run your factory hop-up if you're a newbie. Put your money into the other little bits and pieces. Definitely when you start increasing FPS, you will smash your factory hop-up. But until then, they'll be fine. They'll be alright. Jay's used heaps of them. Like, fing the arse out of them.
I've broken a few. Had to borrow some from Shaun.
Yeah.
He got them back. They're just in pieces. Currently, the buckings I have, you can buy a set from Hi-Capa, and it's got like a red, white, and a black one. I've got the white and the red in. The red works really, really good. That's what's in the Hive gun. And then the other one is the white one. It's not as good, but I don't know the difference between them, so I can't really make any comments.
I can't comment either too much because I run 9-ball on all my pistols.
A lot of people get lightweight blowback units. It just makes the slide lighter pretty much. They don't do...
Because you've put so much weight on it, so you try to lighten it in other areas. I've never heard of anyone breaking the actual blowback like housing. There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
Stripping the screws, that's probably about the worst thing in here. Like when they undo it, they'll over tighten it, or they'll undo it all cack. Some people like to use a lot of super glue. We recommend do not use super glue. Or hot glue.
Yeah.
Jacob.
He's gonna fucking hate that. As for nozzles, I've just been using stock ones. I bought a few Airsoft Masterpiece ones, but they didn't go with they were catching on a lot of the sharp edges of the new blowback units or housings. So I just put stock one, like old worn stock ones in. I broke one for the first time a couple of weeks ago. When borrowed one from Shaun. Oh no, I gave you the Airsoft Masterpiece one.
Yeah.
Nozzle springs.
Yes.
So
buy lots of them.
Yeah. If you lose your sights, chances are you're going to lose the nozzle spring with it.
Because it will get bent when you're shooting, and then it'll go, and that's it.
Shaun's had that happen in actual competition on the limb cap.
With this.
I've had it happen at Arena a couple weekends ago. That was just with AIP sights, but I changed it to a charging handle. I don't know what brand they are. They're fucking really, really good though.
Yeah.
They're like big, bulky, like blocky looking things. They're still really light. But you can get, I think, like most people would run 120, 140s.
Yeah.
But have you got 180s?
I've tried to get 180s. I haven't been able to find any. They recommend running like 120 hammer spring, nozzle and recoil all matching, but then there's different schools of thought on it as well. I personally like, and this one here's got a 140 in here and a 140 up here, and I'll put 140 in all round. That makes the nozzle snap it back a bit quicker, which is good for cycling and also for the slide, and the hammer, so they're matching. This is a factory hammer unit, so eventually it will break and I'll replace it then. This one's 120 and 140 in the nozzle. Same on this pistol and same on this pistol. Yeah.
Pretty much all the lower I have is stock. Like, I haven't changed anything except for the hammer spring to a 120. And trigger. I changed the trigger as well, but that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't change the trigger ring. I just changed the actual trigger.
Yeah. Once again, that's just like most people change their triggers because they want to put
bit of colour.
But the thing is, you can adjust these. You can't the factory ones. Everyone's different. Some people don't like real touchy triggers. Some people like a bit of pull. Personal choice. There's the pullers and the others. Yeah. So that's aftermarket. This is stock, but I've got a purple trigger for this because my daughter likes purple. She wanted blue actually, but when I do that, I'll put a new ring in, and that's stronger, so you get less play, so it's more responsive. Yeah, but other than that, you don't really notice these things that much.
No. Focus on the slide if you're new.
Yeah. Oh, you do torch.
So for torches, Shaun runs traces most of the time, would you say?
Yeah, I do, but I still run my torch unit on as well.
These torches are awesome. Like, I wouldn't get any other torch. I use it literally every time I play. Pretty much, they're just TLRs. A lot of people have them if you search them up. They're pretty expensive. You can get cheaper ones off of like AliExpress and eBay, or
they seem pretty good, eh?
Yeah, they're not bad.
For 50 Kiwi or US dollars?
60 Kiwi, I think it came to.
So if you're young or on a budget, yeah, definitely the way to go. At that price, probably buy two.
Yeah.
I don't know, because then I could buy one off you cheap.
Yeah. I've still got like my original old as one. Yeah, I really like it. Wouldn't run anything else. Only thing I can say, when you get one, get a ricochet lens for the end of it. One of our friends just got one last Sunday, so like what, 2 days ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it got shot out on like the first game.
Yeah. Don't even go. It'll be alright, because it will happen, and it'll be when you're waiting for your new lens filter to show up.
Colours.
Colours, yeah. Once again, it's personal preference. I run like a crimsony pink one.
I just use white. It just shows up the people and the BBs better on camera, because I'm just, camera whore.
Yeah, it definitely, coloured filtered lenses are, they're filters, so they do actually affect the looms. You, like Jay was saying, white, you get...
White's bright. Green and yellow are pretty bright as well for the human eye.
And then that pink colour I've got's pretty good, but red, and you can get blue as well, but red and blue, red seems to really diffuse quite a lot. It's bright to look at, but like into the torch.
The cool thing about the filters on the torches is you can see, like, once you play with someone long enough, you know what sort of gear they have, and you could see like a purple light on a wall and be like, oh sweet, he's got that angle or whatever.
Or here he fucking comes.
Yeah. Fuck off, Shaun, with your purple torch.
You buy a new gun. First thing you're gonna buy, because you're on a budget, seals for the top of the mags that go on the top of the...
No. I reckon leave them.
Too far advanced.
Yeah, well, how much are they?
I think $9 for a pair.
Yeah, I'd leave that. Yeah. I'd go in a barrel.
Yeah.
Definitely in a barrel.
Yep.
9 ball, as we've said.
6mm, 0.6.00mm. Like,
yeah. Bucking.
Yep. Recoil spring set. So that's your hammer, recoil, and nozzle, hammer, and recoil.
Yeah. That's where I'd say you'd start if you're first building your gun.
Yeah.
Most people see the pretty colours of the slides and go, oh, I want one of them. What they don't realise is adding the weight to your gun actually slows it, and I'd say makes it less effective.
Especially if you're on propane.
Yeah.
Because you can't, with HPA, you can turn your pressure up. So you can make it as grunty as you want, but you don't have that choice on propane.
Yeah. Another thing with all the aftermarket parts in the gun, they're usually stronger than the stock parts, which are just pot metal or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can turn your pressure up and not have to worry too much about breaking stuff all the time. But I ran about 100 psi on my gold match when I first had it, and it was stock, and I just decimated it. Like, broke pretty much every part in the slide you can break. Like, shattered the hop up, the end of the recoil rod, the plug at the end, fucking everything. The slide itself, I wouldn't recommend doing that.
No.
I reckon just getting it in a barrel, you'll definitely notice the difference in FPS. A bucking as well. Yeah,
they're like $9-10 US, and you get that with the barrel when you buy the barrel, the springs, and that would be my first thing that I would look at. Oh, and a stroke kit.
Oh yeah, get a short stroke kit.
Once again, not many dollars. If you look around, like Airsoft Gateway, they actually do kits, and you'll see them on special. It'll be the buffer. The buffer kit for the stroking, the springs, and maple leaf hop up and that. So you can get them for a pretty good price. So you can look around for something like that.
What I would say is all of this is also just our opinions. It's not like we fucking know everything.
Not at all. Still learning every day.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you'll have new parts breaking. You're like, oh, so that's why that does that.
The cool thing is, though, it is something that as you learn, when you play, you notice when your guns aren't working properly.
Yeah.
So
you start to figure out what faults are caused by what sort of things.
And there's so many people in Airsoft with different trades and stuff. There's some really smart people around, and because there's not many of us really in the world that like to run around and shoot each other with toy guns, everyone kind of is quite helpful. So yeah, you can always ask someone if you get stuck.
Yeah. Like Shaun. Just
Or
DM
Jay.
him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just fill up his inbox.
Jay, my gun's not working.
Another recommendation, don't buy a bunch of random parts and try to put them together to make a gun. There's lots of little fiddly shit you'll need.
Sorry.
There's lots of like little tiny parts. So you're best to actually buy a stock pistol and build it from there, not just buy all the parts and put them together.
Yeah, don't go on e-bike or something and buy a handle and a lower receiver, because apart from the money, you see all these funny little springs all through here that you won't know anything about if you've never done it. We've learned the hard way, so yeah.
That's pretty much our video.
Yeah.
I'd sweet if it helped. If not, sorry.
Yeah, just go and have a look on YouTube, man. Dr. Google that shit.
Yeah, we'll probably do another one on rifles or something if you want it, but if not, all good.
Sweet.
Thanks,
awesome.
guys.
Cheers, guys.